Well, now let's return to the latest situation in Libya. For more there, let's now cross live to the former US Congresswoman and presidential candidate Cynthia McKinney. She's joining us live from Tripoli. Thanks very much indeed for being with us here on RT. Firstly, can you tell us what you're doing in Libya at this dangerous time?
Well, I came here because I wanted to know the truth. I understood that what I was hearing from the U.S. press was laden with propaganda. Of course, we know that the Pentagon has something called perception management. And so they are in the business of utilizing the mighty Wurlitzer, which is the propaganda, and they do use that to affect the way people think about what they're doing. And that's exactly what has been happening here with NATO. And so I thought I would come here with a delegation of journalists from across the United States, including one journalist also from South Africa, so that we could understand the truth and then tell the truth to the people who will listen to us.
All right, what is the truth you want to tell people? For example, you've just mentioned NATO. We know the airstrikes there are meant to be hitting purely military targets. Is that the case? Is that what you're seeing there now?
Absolutely not. In fact, yesterday, a university was hit. Al-Fatah University, which was formerly known as Nasser University. Two auditoriums at that university were hit. And I had the opportunity to speak with the dean of the political science department, and he was literally shaking with anger. He was so angry at what had happened to his campus, to his university. And I visited Al-Qadra Hospital, and there I saw patients. This information is actually posted on the internet at WBAIX.org, where people can go and actually see what we saw, because we were allowed to videotape the patients in the hospital. There was one patient who could not tell his story because he was still in shock. There were patients there who had wounds that looked like they came from very specialized weapons. And so the issue of exactly what weapons are being used here is also of great importance.
Let's talk about sorry to interrupt, we haven't got a lot of time. You mentioned specialist weapons. There is a lot of speculation that depleted uranium is being used in Libya at the moment. Any evidence of that from what you've seen?
Well, I can only give you anecdotal information from the members of my delegation, and I was able to speak with a person in the United States who is a depleted uranium specialist, a former geophysicist at Lawrence Livermore Laboratory, and she told me, that was Lauren Murray, and she told me that if there was a metallic taste of the dust in our mouths, then more than likely it was depleted uranium. So I did a brief survey of those with me, because on one day there were 89 blasts, and yes, the response that I got was that there was a metallic taste.
Okay,
of
just
course,
very quickly, we've got no time at all. I'm sorry, we have actually run out of time. Sadly, we were hoping to talk to you a little earlier, but thanks so much for joining us live there from Tripoli. Former US Congresswoman and presidential candidate Cynthia McKinney, thank you.